Okay, looks like everything's starting on up. Please give me a moment to get everything sorted out over here. It's good to go. Get the Rumble description. Rumble's good to go. Perfect. Yep, Rumble stream's going, Twitch is going. Let me just check my other computer. Yep, looks like everything is good to go. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. And here we go. We'll work with those 2v2s a little bit later. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on top left side as the red Spanish, we have Tuscan. Spawn on the bottom right side as the blue Bretons, we have Ares. WZ Run, Rose Run, not sure how to pronounce that. Either way, we do have, let's go ahead and cover each player's civilizations. Spanish, they're of course a gunpowder and a monk civilization. Builders work 30% faster, blacksmith upgrades not cost gold, cannon galleons benefit from ballistics, and gunpowder units fire 80% faster. Your unique unit is a favorite, Conquistador, give him a mountain hand cannoneer, and missionary is something you do with your wife. Unique tech, Inquisition, monks convert faster, supremacy, villagers strong in combat, and trade is not going to be useful with team bonus. For the Bretons, another favorite among players, a foot archer civilization. Houses cost 50% less wood starting the Castle Age, which can be very nice, but usually wood's one of those easier resources to gather. Foot archers, except skirmishers, get +1 range in Castle and Pure Age, and shepherds work 25% faster. Your new unit is Longbowman, and fan favorite long-range archer unit. This is the definition of an archer basically in the game. Unique unit, Yeoman, +1 foot archer range, +2 tower attack. Warwolf, trebuchets do blast damage. Archer range work 20% faster. We got Feudal Age for the Bretons, and now for the Spanish as well. And a little bit of a weird wall placement here for red. Just seems a little bit more inwards than it probably should be. Could have been pushed out a little bit farther, but it does get the wall off far in the town center itself. Does throw some rounds in town center as well, and do got some blue spearmen to push on for as well, which they're going to be start stabbing red spearmen. Yay. Blue archer is also deployed on out. He does not get any additional range benefits at this moment. He's probably going for fletching. No, he does not have fletching at this moment. And Scout is going around scouting. Over here, I heard combat. I'm not sure what that was. Either way, we do get the spearman being pursued by the spearman. He could just let the spearman pursue the spearman to the ends of the earth. And this map, of course, the ends of the earth, that's right there. And does go and kill off right there. Very, very nice. Scout trying to bash in the palisade walls, but his basic sword is not very effective versus wood. Good hits there onto Blue Scout, and he just gonna try to take the high ground advantage battle there, and he actually was pretty close actually winning that new fight neutrally. Blue Spearman gets a stab there. Archer gets our arrow in as well. It does have 2 pierce armor, but the archer has 4 attacks, so that means his 2 remaining health will not save him from any more arrows. More walls, not big spies. We do have a handful of archers being created in reserve. And Blue's going to be eyeing to break down some more of these palisade walls. He's not retargeting the same palisade wall, he's targeting different one. The same one is this one here I have selected. Over here, you got some archers engaging the scout. The scout is 2 health still. Looks like all those arrows do miss. And red is now going for a blacksmith. And you got, of course, a good number of archers here for blue. Red, of course, realized he's fighting against Britons. The chance of him fighting against archers is highly likely, so he decides to go out for skirmishers. Skirmishers right now have 3 pierce armor, so they will only sustain 1 damage per arrow. I do not see fletching upgrade onto blue just yet. And good kills there by red's skirmishers. Something as well. I noticed that this chat window is a little bit high. I must have actually moved it. And also I'm going to stop any of the preview just to make sure the frame rate stays up. Another archer does in fact go down. We do have the scout going down as well. Red scout stays alive, which is very handy for a red. Up north, you got the spearmen and archers did finally break down that wall, or maybe he deleted it, one of the two. And they're going to be running away from the skirmishers. You got red advancing forward for some skirmishers. He could be very aggressive, these skirmishers, which will keep his opponent in base. Will not be very lethal versus opponent, but it will be handy nonetheless. The Spanish player has gone for fletching, which, even though he can only get archers, not even crossbowmen. Getting fletching in various archer upgrades for those skirmishers will come in handy. The line will take some noms out of the spearmen. Of course, he will be stabbed to death. Something was cancelled there. Looks like some sort of scaffolding. Maybe it was another archer range. Maybe it was a barracks. Not sure. We got the barracks over here. And right now, blue is going for Castle Age. Red is not going for Castle Age just yet. And if we go take a quick look at the income, red does have a good amount of wood, and now has enough gold for Castle Age. And there's Castle Age now queued on up. When the skirmishers did in fact go down to the town center, its arrows are very effective. However, unlike the archer arrows to it, the initial arrow of the town center is right now 6 damage, which the skirmishers 3 armor only protects it from 3. Do have a pretty good reserve of archers, I'm assuming, in here. He's storing up a lot of archers. And red may not realize how many archers are there. Once he gets the castle, he needs to get Bodkin arrow and crossbowman up immediately. That will give him an excellent range advantage to engage those skirmishers at range. Bodkin arrow and crossbowman research, and red realized, oh crap, that's Castle Age. He does not want to lose these skirmishers. He needs to keep them alive. He needs to get elite skirmisher upgrade as soon as possible, because he knows the tide of crossbowmen are... Oh, knowing how experienced both of these players are, since they're, I think, the 1800 range, they probably know that red probably already has an idea that his opponent has immediately gotten Bodkin and crossbow research. Because if you go for Castle Age, might as well get that stuff immediately for his mass wave of 50 crossbowmen. Red, what is Red's going for defense? Castle Age is still not complete. He needs to stall out for elite skirmisher upgrade as long as he can. There is a watchtower here. The watchtower does have 9 range. The crossbowmen only have 8 range, so they will only able to not outrange. He will not be able to outrange the watchtower. And this will be a good hard point to stall out these crossbows in this region, but there's still other areas to engage. There's also some stone walls as well. And you may hear my drink opening on up. He's going to throw some arrows into the farm. Throwing some more arrows into this farm as well. It only has 150 food remaining, or 170 food. I don't know what sort of farming text he has at the moment, but either way, not sure if that's maxed out or not. Third, what's it called? Farm does go down. Elite skirmisher upgrade almost ready. It's getting elite PS armor, and we've got a scatter formation, loose formation there. Now got the elite skirmisher there. That loose formation actually lost him a number of crossbowmen there. He does split up his crossbowmen there. He does have a good number on both of them in order to get arrows on both of them. This group is doing a great job microing. These ones could have just attacked, move forward. And blue is losing a significant number of crossbowmen. These skirmishers, the fact that he pulled them back so early and now allowed them to engage more successfully against these crossbowmen was very, very good. Sometimes you have to know withdrawal, and he did a great job with those skirmishers. We do have, looks like, more pierce armor for the skirmishers not complete. Right now they have 6 pierce armor and 7 range. These crossbowmen have 8 range, no pierce armor, and 7 damage. So right now, the 6 pierce armor, the elite skirmishers, make it so they only sustain 1 damage per arrow, which is very, very good. Red's deployed out a successful counter, and he can be aggressive with these skirmishers as well, because if he's aggressive, his opponent's not aggressive. Or both sides just getting big trades against each other. We now have blue going for another town center, not a big surprise. That is his 3rd town center. Red right now has, looks like 3 town centers. I double click on one, I see, oh, there it is. Down south, do have a couple crossbowmen here. He may be eyeing for a bit of harassment. And now we do have a monastery on the field. What relics do Red see? Red does see this relic, barely, but it sees it. Sees 3 relics total, and all 3 of those relics are very feasible for him to get. The other 2, he will not be able to scout anytime soon. Nor not likely he will be able to secure them up either way. Blue right now, what relics does he have? I see a monastery. He spots the southern relic here. He spots all 5 relics. And he does know there's at least 3 easy he can grab. He could potentially eye for these, but still unlikely he will get those. Got more crossbow blowing on out. There we go, mangonels. That's exactly what he needs. Or scorpions. Something heavy to engage those skirmishers. Blue's going for a house right there. And the villager does catch a lot of javelins there. When times he wished he would have caught a cold instead. It's like a lion is trying to eat the villager, but of course this late in the game, the villager should be able to 1v1 a lion, unlike most people in real life. And here comes the mangonels. Great hits there. Mangonels do have 7 range, skirmishers have 7 range. This handful of spearmen do get spotted and will be quickly shot up. I don't think Blue's going to transition to knights, but it is possible. He's going for villagers, however. Not knights, nor crossbowmen. These outposts are quite nice. Blue, however, does have a good number of outposts. Red's got some outposts on the flank, and Blue's building up a house next to Red's house. Right now the villager count is 67 to 67. Red has claimed a relic. And this monk will be making his way to this relic, and it will be spotted by these crossbowmen. They are actually on a patrol move. The monk does go down, and they do take out the lion as well after receiving a couple noms. Oh, and there's... May not have enough javelins to take out a villager. Now we do have a forward university for blue, and we do have these mangonels trying to engage these skirmishers. We have a handful of defensive watchtowers going on up. And he also has gotten, looks like, the Bodkin arrow upgrade as well, the Spanish player, which of course is very helpful for skirmishers as well as for those defensive towers. This stone is actually partially gathered, not fully gathered. Javelin's going to take some time to throw some javelins to that watchtower. Crossbows do find an angle onto these villagers. Does have 3 range. Does he have a castle somewhere for that? No, he does not. Right now, looks like blue is going for Imperial Age at the moment. He's trying to go for some Arbalest. Red is going for some monk upgrades and not Imperial Age. Monks probably won't be very good against mass Arbalest. He can, of course, get all monk technology plus the missionaries. We also have a monk here for healing, so very nice. I don't... he may be trying to get these mangonels with his monks. There we go, he's going for them. Oh, deletes them both there and does take out his own monk. Oh, it does take out the monk as well. Did he delete them both, or did he have heresy? He does not have heresy. He can't even get heresy, can he? So he deleted those Mangonels there in order not to lose it to his opponent. Both players are going for a castle. Blue does have a good number of crossbowmen here. He will soon have Arbalest once he gets teched up. This castle should be able to go up, but there's a lot of skirmishers, but they're mostly focused on this crossbowman. Mangonel's advancing forward, won't be able to accomplish too much his current location. Skirmishers still just trying to engage. Crossbowmen do have 8 range at the moment. They do outrange these skirmishers. As long as they stutter step, they'll be fine for them. Mangonel does find a great hit there on those skirmishers, and the rest of these skirmishers is going to charge forward and won't accomplish all too much. Good arrow fire onto those skirmishers. They will get maybe one villager at most, but not a whole lot. Red's building some forward infrastructure here, going for archer range of his own, going for Massey, a skirmisher, which of course they're not gold units, so Blue's investing quite a bit into gold. Red is not. You could try transitioning to Longbowman. Let's switch over to Blue right now. We do see Red's Imperial Age on the build queue, Bracer on the build queue for Blue. Not going for any Longbowman just yet, but he's going for a Trebuchet to engage the castle. Right now, the crossbowmen have 10 range. It's not going for Arbalest search either. It's going for chemistry, which makes sense. But no. It's just sort of strange to me. He is not going for Arbalest research. I don't think he's got his castle tech either. His castle age technology to increase his range even more. Yeah, there's no way for me to look it up right here. Trebuchet now firing some rocks over here. He tried to get us on some high ground. It may be on equal ground. It's hard for me to tell. He's going to try to repair it up as well. University is still on a fire. He does get chemistry upgrade. So now these crossbows do 9 damage. His elite skirmishers do have only 6 pierce armor. It's good damage on the castle. It does take out some of these crossbowmen that are reinforcing. Red's castle slowly going down. Looks like Blue is running low on wood, so he will need to get out some more lumber. And Red has 22 relics, Blue has 2, so both of them have their relics. And now Red's going to advance forward with his skirmishers. There's 29 skirmishers here versus approximately 36 crossbowmen. Does get some good damage here, plus high ground. High ground damage is very important for Blue right now. And Red's firing from the low ground, which means he's taking less damage as well. And it looks like he's throwing a lot of overkill on some of these crossbowmen. Blue still has a good number of crossbowmen, but now Red skirmishers is starting to advance up the hill. Does get a hit down to Mangonel. Blue's trebuchets should be able to take up the castle. Skirmishers is not exactly the highest damage things versus trebuchets, but he is focused on the low health one. Does also allow his crossbowman to get some good damage on in. Blue does not have ballistics, so these moving skirmishers are very important. The University does go down as well. As Red's been repairing this castle for quite some time, and now it's going to take time trying to convert a trebuchet. Deletes them both in order to stop that again. Now we do have Arbalists out in the field. They don't gain additional range, but now they're up to 40 health and now 10 damage as well. Elite skirmishers do have 8 armor at the moment, so they will only sustain 2 damage per bolt. And now we do see some, looks like, light cavalry upgrades. He can get up to light cavalry, not paladins. Spanish player, what is the Spanish player going for at the moment? He does have Imperial Age as well, just more villagers at the moment. He could try going for supremacy. Bombard cannons. Bombard cannons are perfect to support your force when engaging these trebuchets. They have 12 range. Arbos have 10. And that monk does receive a hit there as well. Blue's trying to go for some counter barrages. And Blue's castles are receiving credit fire, only using like one village of repairs. More is coming forward us now. Skirmishers are still advancing forward. And the castle does in fact go down. Light cavalry is being built for 6 pierce armor. These skirmishers only have 7 attacks, so they'll only do 1 damage versus light cavalry. So getting a good number of them can be very handy indeed. In the light cavalry as well, skirmishers, if I remember correctly, does do a little bit of bonus damage for his scouts. And looks like he's charging forward a very close range with his Arbalest. And the light cavalry getting some good hits in as well. The light cavalry is sustaining a lot of extra hits there, which is good for the Arbalests. And more light cavalry are charging on forward. And still no ballistics. Oh no, he does have ballistics. Dude, Red does have a good number of trebuchets now as well. Those scouts will be very useful in using those trebuchets. Scouts are now trying to hit the Arbalests. Does take them out. It looks like there's approximately 19 skirmishers versus 20 Arbalests. Arbalests are, however, severely wounded. Both sides could benefit from Mangonel. We do now have Knight research or Cavalier research being employed out by Red. He's been saving up a lot of gold, hasn't he? Yeah, he has over 2,400 gold. So he's going to go transition to Cavaliers and potentially Paladins, because these skirmishers, he's been spending very little gold this entire game thanks to the skirmisher play. Britons are a very strong faction, but they are a very predictable faction. And the predictability is now going against Blue right now. He needs a good large amount of squad, large number of light cavalry to help engage these skirmishers. More trebuchets running in on these structures. We do have a blue trebuchet up north. He does have a castle up here. And I believe that's Paladin research, isn't it? Yep, that is Paladin research. A good number of these Arbalests are getting healed up by Blue's monks. Last time I checked, they're wounded. They are still pretty wounded. No one has access to these relics as well. Red could try going forward with a monk to grab them. Likely won't able to get them. Now, do you have a good number of light cavalry? A couple of them did get sent forward. As charging forward with light cavalry, though they used a little bit mistimed overall. Monk did get overrun there. Try to go for a relic. And now he does spot the Cavaliers, and soon he now sees the Paladins. Or the Paladins now. And the Paladin transition is going to be very problematic for the Briton player. That is going to be a lot of heavy horsemen. They have 7 pierce armor, 16 attack, and 180 health. It took him... He still hasn't even killed a good Paladin, has he? So he killed one Paladin over there, and some of them not going down here. But these Paladins are going to overrun these Arbalests, no problem. Their range advantage, no longer manages, and Blue has surrendered. This is Anagreat saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Something I want to double check. One of my streams look a little bit funny over on my other computer. Just please give me one moment. Looks like it's going fine. Sorry about that. We'll go ahead and skip those 2v2s for the time being. Go and go to this replay here. Greetings everyone, Anagreat here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. So on the top side as the red Spanish, we have NHN Forever. On the bottom right side, so there's going to be relatively close spawns. As the blue Mongols, we have a question mark. let's go ahead and cover each player's benefit bonuses, each civilization bonuses. For the Spanish, of course, a fan favorite, Gunpowder Monk Civilization. Those work 30% faster, blacksmiths upgrades do not cost gold, cannon gallons benefit from ballistics, gunpowder units fire 18% faster. Unique units of the Conquistadors, Mountain Cannoneer, and the Missionaries of Mountain Monk. Unique text is Inquisition monks convert 25% faster, and the Supremacy's villagers are stronger in combat. Team bonus does not really matter in this matchup.
Yes.
Looks like they may have paused the game right there. Over here, we do have the Mongol civilization, a cavalry archer civilization, which... Wait, what's going on here? What's going for a forward barracks? Okay. They are a cavalry archer civilization, which their bonuses are like cavalry archers fire 25% faster, like cavalry hussars, steppe lancers have 30% hit points, hunters have 40% faster. Magadai unique cavalry archers are effective versus siege. Nomads houses no longer drop reduced headroom going down, and Juro siege workshop units move 50% faster. And scout like cavalry hussars have +2 increased line of sight. But now we do have a barracks here. I am not sure what is going on. He has a proxy barracks and archery range. His scout is still at full health. The red scout is slightly wounded. And looks like he's going to take some time and stab some of these villagers. We do have a archer into skirmisher on the front line, as well as a spearman. Okay. And now we've got blue's villagers engaging red's villagers. This is not the Spanish player does not have supremacy yet, so the villagers are equal footing. It looks like blue's villagers getting some more hits in overall. Now we've got a spearman, and those are shepherds. Their hooks sort of threw me off for a moment, but now we've got villagers engaging villagers with a scout and archer and spearman support. Another spearman here as well. Blue scout does fall on back. And we do got a very, very messy early game. Red has gone for... now gone his feudal age up. He's building a house there to wall off his opponent from the wood. Both players have 21 villagers. I think Blue's just squeezing out enough food for villager production, so he knows how much villagers he needs. Now we do have a defensive watchtower deployed out by Red, very nice. But now, since he can't deny that wood, he's just going to go to another area. And oh, we got a tassel, maybe a tower war. Of course, if this tower being revealed by the automatic arrows that will go on up, we do have the red scout trying to push his way forward, and will be forced away by the blue villagers. And looks like he is not going to be close enough to engage the two towers with each other, but he should be close enough to engage those villagers. We got some more skirmishers here and a couple more spearmen as well. And now he does have the tower out. Red's going for another tower. He can throw his villagers inside of the tower as well, and he's trying to get the walls built on up around it. He does get the tower fully walled off. Over here, Blue's advancing forward, maybe trying to harass some of these villagers on the food line. Red is garrisoned his own tower there. The second and third arrow will do extra bonus damage versus other towers. Looks like this farmer didn't receive a whole lot of fire there. Overall, Blue's doing a good job in denying his opponent this farmland. He's starting to build some more farms on the other side. He's getting harassed from that angle as well. This infrastructure here could still cause some additional issues. Blue's towers likely will go down. Over here, that's just Red Scout. We do got another watchtower here. He needs to interrupt it. Does starting to interrupt it now. The villager's trying to be retasking and rebuild it, but he's forced quite a bit of response from Red. Some of Blue's skirmishers do go down to the town center fire. Both sides have put quite an investment into offense and defense.
대신
Going for another tower here. It looks like it will not be interrupted. And that scout does go down. We only have this force here. It may be a good idea just to back off at this point in time. I don't think there's any way for him to really win out. Villager count is still quite even, 31-30. So overall, blue has applied great pressure and has maintained his villager production on the back end. It's just a very well calculated assault he did, to say the least. Though his walls are not set on up over here. And now let's find another angle there to harass these villagers at the farm as well. There's a small little opening there for a tower. Very nice. So the tower will be built defensively. He's not retargeted towards the villager as well. Red now has a pretty sizable defense for all these towers in this region. So going for various archery upgrades will be quite helpful. And he could perhaps take time and hit this house, I guess, now. We do have a market being deployed on out. One skirmisher still down here. Maybe they're trying to camp that gold in order to disrupt any sort of collection. And this tower is at a still good angle there, preventing any more harassment on the villager there. Almost dropped my drink. Blue's gone for wheelbarrow. Let's switch to see what red is doing at the moment. Just more villager production, both sides. He's content on just gathering up resources. In fact, red has a mass. I thought I just saw a massive amount of stone there. Did he just gather up a whole bunch of stone to sell off the market? I think that's what he just did. You have red now going for Castle Age. Of course, selling off all that stone means he will have less access to castles. He couldn't really gather up this gold deposit there. That's why he did that. He had this area secure with the stone. Sold it off. Very nice. Blue's just gathering nice and quietly. And looks like more villagers are advancing forward. Not sure for what reason. The Red Scout still alive? Red Scout does not have additional upgrades. No melee, no armor. And Red Scout does go down. These villagers are eyeing for another advance. I'm not sure for what though. Red's Castle Age is almost complete. How was Blue's Castle Age? Relatively just started. More of another castle here to harass this wood line. We have a bit of arrow fire there onto Blue. Oh, that villager just managed to get a stab as they walk across his farm. He was really angry. He may have, those guys may have stepped on his potatoes. They so desperately wanted. Also, the Spanish. What food did ancient Spain had that's unique to Spain? Potatoes came from North America. No, South America. Red is now going out for a castle now. He's of course thrown a lot of resources into his defense for red. We do have a castle here now engaging Blue's tower. Blue's tower, of course, will easily go down to that castle. And right now, Blue is transitioning to a bunch of cavalry archers, not even Magandai. He's going straight for cavalry archers. He may want to go out. He's been very aggressive. Got a lot of defense here. I don't think those cavalry archers are going to be very useful. They're just too many towers. Red may go for ballistics sooner rather than later as well. And cannoneers or conquistadors wouldn't be half bad.
See?
They do have 6 range. Cavalry archers currently have 6 range. He does have this 2 archery upgrades. I think the hand cannoneers will do just fine versus those cavalry archers. Oh wait, there was a cavalry archer coming off on the archery range as well. I forgot that's his archery range. Oh, that also gives away of what he's producing. That was maybe a bad idea to actually produce a cavalry archer from that archer range, because that alerted his opponent what he was doing. He may have used a hotkey to select structures to build from. He does have a scout still alive as well, and do have red conquistadors now advancing forward. Blue does have a good number of cavalry archers, but I have no idea who will win this fight. It's probably all about positioning, dodging, and fighting. We got good high ground damage for blue. Now there's a bit of low ground damage for blue. Doing a good job of focusing on conquistadors. Most of these conquistadors are going down those cavalry archers. Only one went down versus 3 conquistadors. Starting to make his way over the flank. This one skirmisher still alive, so he could potentially draw some fire for blue. Towers currently have 5 damage. These cavalry archers only have 2 pierce armor, so they will sustain a bit of hits there from the towers as well as from the town center, but of course they need a hit. Town center's a little bit more accurate, and they do find some good arrows there. Finds high ground damage away from the town center as well. They have 6 range, so as long as they stay out of range of the town center, they can just deny all that region. He's denying the gold right there. Conquistadors pushing way forward. We do have some villagers going down from blue. We do have a handful of cavalry archers on the high ground as well. Blue needs to push his cavalry archers over in this region. Does have a good number here. 6 over here. These 7 cavalry archers still just there, trying to mine the gold, thinking that's a bit safe to go for the gold when he is not really paying attention to this region. But some are just out range and does find some damage in range as well. I mean, you push forward a little bit, just get those guys in range of more of the gold mine. It does stop this gold mine from being collected as well. So it looks like Blue's going just to try to deny his opponent's gold. Does finally take out that archer range for Blue. University has been completed for Blue. Also got fletching now being researched by Red, and that does not get applied to the town center. So that will not protect his town center, but will protect give more protection from his watchtowers. Good damage there onto the the regular cavalry archers there. Conquistador does go down as a wounded Conquistador. And now we do have another 4 town center to help secure that gold. And he has to be a bit more aggressive in order to save his gold. Does avoid that arrow fire from the town center there. These cavalry archers are still up here. Conquistadors trying to respond to it, but they are on the high ground. Some of these cavalry archers are fighting against other targets. Does go and retarget there. Gets some great damage there. Takes out Conquistador. Takes out the wounded Conquistador. Overkill, but that is dead. It looks like they're going to just stand and fight right there. And it looks like Blue's cavalry archers does stay alive, and Red is actually out of the game. That was actually a pretty well played game there by Blue. Usually I would not assume cavalry archers would be good counter to Conquistadors, but I guess it was all about positioning there and getting some good high ground damage immediately, among other things. But either way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Very good game by both players. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn north or bottom right side as the magenta, or no, just straight up pink Saracens. We have Frost 9. Spawn on top left side as the blue Franks. We have Trip Route. Let's go and cover each player's civilization bonuses. The Saracens, they are camel and naval civilization. Perfect, naval in the middle of a desert. Trade markets only cost 5%. Trade cost, or mark black, can't speak. Can't even read. Market trade cost only 5%. Markets would cost minus 100% wood. Transport ships not important. Galleys not important. And camel units get plus 10% hit points. Unique unit is the Mameluke Camel Rider. Unique tech is Zealotry. Camel units get additional 20 hit points and counterweights. Trebuchets and Magneto lines get plus 15% attack. That Magneto line increased damage could be quite useful because he has siege engineers and siege augers available. His unique techs, nope, and as last tech is foot archers get plus 2 attack versus buildings. Ooh, and he loses that scout. Ooh, that's a nice little early pick there for blue because denying opponent's scout is quite good. And he even tried to steal some of those goats there. He was almost successful as well. The Franks. The damn French. Cavalry civilization. Castles cost 25% less. Cavalries get plus 20% hit points starting feudal age. Mill technology is free, which is very nice, and fouriers work 50% faster. Unique the throwing axeman, which is a ranged melee infantryman. Now we've got some scouts advanced forward. His bonuses, higher health scouts is immediately being applied, and so this is going to be very useful. Magenta perhaps or pink should have got out some more spearmen earlier. It does take out one of the villagers as well, very nice. And unique text, bearded axe throwing axeman get plus 1 range, and Chivalry stables work 40% faster. This fine spearman there does take out one of the scouts, and does take out the spearman as well, so it's a bit of a costly trade for blue, but now has some opportunity to engage these villagers. Always distract them. More of blue scouts are pushing way forward. Looks like there's going to be no more scouts at the moment, though he is building more scouts at the moment. And Pink's spearman does find some good hits there. Looks like some more walls. He may not have this area. Yep, just like I thought. Not scouted out. Looks like Blue's also going for some skirmishers, so he has a feeling that there's going to be fighting against a lot of archers. We do have to have at the archer range a handful of archers being deployed on now. Very nice force being built. Blue's already going for the counter. Scouts pushing way forward, trying to find some engagements over here. Maybe find the spearman. Nope, he does not. Nope. Looks like the spearmen do find a hit there onto that scout. We do have these spearmen and archers advanced forward. He's making sure there's a good defensive number of spearmen for his archers, or at least an escort. And Blue's pulling out some skirmishers out now. There has appeared to be 4 in this region. On the right side, we do have the scout still trying to skirmish around, trying to find some hits. Now I do have these spearmen. Oh, that's not a magenta skirmisher there. That's a blue skirmisher. It does find some arrows there and does go down. It's taking a bad reinforcement path. It needs some reinforcements to go over here. And blue does find a good engagement there from the high ground, taking out 1 spearman. We do not have any upgrades on the skirmisher at the moment, nor on the archers. Fresh skirmisher has been pulled out. Does receive quite a bit of fire there. Scouts are pushing way forward, trying to find a potential engagement onto these archers. He does not want these archers to stay around for any longer than they already are. More houses being pulled out by blue. Now I do have these scouts pushing way down south. Magenta or Pink's forces are making their way up north. Trying to engage from the high ground now, finds a preferable engagement, takes out the skirmish, is able to shot the skirmish with that, thinks that high ground there, which makes a very, very big deal. Magenta's now going for a wheelbarrow.
Nam.
And blue's going to be backing off away from these archers now. Over here, the scouts do find an angle. They do take out a couple spearmen there, but they're all severely wounded right now. Now it's going to take time to engage these various forces. Spearmen pushing way forward, getting some stabs there. Skirmishers being whittled down, so are the archers. Looks like one of the villagers do in fact go down as well. Up here we do have Magenta's archers are receiving some hits. And so focus on this archer right there. He will take it out, but now the spearman can engage the minimum range of Blue's skirmisher. Looks like that skirmisher spearman's on a whole ground stand, so Blue could have turned around and throw some spears into him. Magenta's going, or Pink is going for more archers. Let's see what Blue is going for. More scouts and archers. And he's going to take time to collect up some more gold. Did try to get some arrows there on these scouts. And Blue's pushing forward more and more force. He even has his own archer now to play it on the field. Blue also has a good amount of resources stockpiled up. He may be eyeing to go for Castle Age relatively soon. If we switch over to Pink, let's see what he's going for to defense. Not going for any villagers mode, so maybe saving up for Castle Age at this moment. Let's take out the scout or spearman there. He's trying to go for those archers, but his scouts are a little bit too wounded to really engage anymore. His mining camp is seeing some fire there. And Pink's house does receive some hits. He's currently garrisoned in one spearman there, maybe something to perhaps bluff out some arrows. Not exactly sure. Pink is going for Castle Age. We do have, looks like Blue's archer does go down. Does have another pair of skirmishers and archers there as well. Looks like they're going to get overran by Pink's archers. And he does find an opportunity there for his scouts to engage. He's backed into a corner. He's going to try to minimize the surface area. These forces starting to engage as well. From the high ground, getting some extra bonus damage there. Focus on the spearmen there. Very good. Blue's scouts are slowly picking off these archers. He does have a scout, his own scout engaged the archer there. His archer and skirmisher got distracted there. And looks like all of Pink's force does get cleaned up there. Very, very good trap there. What he should have done, he should have destroyed the wall segment to escape on out there. Now Blue's going to advance forward, getting some good hits there onto these villagers there. It does get inside the town center. These scouts are quite healthy. All the wounded ones were picked off. And now he has an opportunity to engage this area. This is not looking good for Pink. He does have some spearmen trying to push way forward. He does get some kills there, but is getting overwhelmed. And these villagers are currently not doing anything at the moment. Do got some magenta archers as well. He could try stabbing some of these scouts. Yep, they're doing a good job of stabbing. Some of his own villagers going down. Blue's not gone for Castle Age. Pink, his Castle Age almost complete. And he's not going for a town center there, trying to get his villager production up immediately. We got more and more Blue scouts coming on in. He may have light cavalry on the build queue. Nope, knights on the build queue. And now do have a market over here as well. Trying to go for this town center there. Trying to get forward. Securing up. He needs to get these guys in town center. Does get in the town center there. Not enough room for the spearman and archer. Over here do have, looks like, another town center going up over there for Blue. Right now, Pink does have less villagers, down by 5. Scouts are trying to make some openings. And these archers are getting cleaned up by Magenta or Pink's force. We do have a couple of villagers down there as well. Blue's nice now trying to advance forward, trying to find an opening or make an opening over on this flank there. Blue's just trying to swarm his opponent from multiple angles, minimizing or maximizing his opponent's response time and APN and tension. When you get overwhelmed from multiple angles, it can just be very flustering and you have trouble doing anything else. Blue's Knights will find themselves a villager there. Now, we do have some camels here for defense. Camels are more or less anti-cavalry. Currently, they have no upgrades onto them. Knights have +2/+2 armor, +1 attack. These camels are pushing way forward, trying to get some good hits there onto these knights. You will lose one of those camels there. You will take out a knight in return. We got more camels advancing forward. It's all about a numbers game when it comes to knights versus camels. These knights are backing on off. Do got a decent force here of more knights. Blue's force will find an opening there that his opponent did create, but do have a good number of camels for defense. Saracens, can Saracens get heavy camel upgraded? Speaking of which, we got these knights, or spearmen engaging these knights. Good damage on both sides, but only spearmen went down. Let's see, can he get heavy camels? He can get heavy camels. Scouts trying to find some hits there, but will get quickly cleaned up by these camels. Knight will go down as well. Just leaving us one scout remaining. Over here, more knights are advancing forward. Does have a good number of 7, but one of them is severely wounded. Palisade wall will be broken down. He gets some of these villagers inside that town center immediately. Does save all the villagers. He doesn't hit the low health knight at the moment. Some of the zeros may spread out there. Let's get the low health knight now. A couple more low health knights are appearing. It does force the knights out of the breach. Over here, we do have more knights engaging camels. We'll get 2 of Blue's knights do go down. He does have a lot of wounded camels. You could potentially pull out Monastery to get out in order to heal them all up. Speaking of which, we do have a monk, a blue monk trying to convert a camel. Does get a camel there. Does slice up a buddy and trying to go for the monk there. And those knights could potentially save that monk if they would have got all or engage it. Trying to break down these palisade walls. You're starting to reinforce this wall with housing. Up north, we've got a good number of camels in this region as well. Another stable has been pulled on out. And this is Blue's going to decide to siege down a archery range. Of course, he can repair it up with a villager. He's going to be slowly repairing it up. We've got camels now coming in for a flank. And he's not responding to it as well, so he's going to lose some of these knights to these camels with no retaliation. A couple of those knights are severely wounded. And now we have the knights and camel advancing forward. Maybe able to find some engagement there. A number of these villagers does get inside the town center, but maybe almost at capacity. And number of blue stuff will go down, but so does a lot of pink stuff. Currently, the villager count is heavily in favor towards blue. 84 villagers to 52. Going for another conversion. He does go and claim himself another camel. That monk is being pursued. And that monk does, in fact, go down. But all of Blue's force has been cleaned up. He has not... What is Blue deploying out at the moment? It's not counting for a pure age yet. He's going to receive a counterattack by these camels. Going for a large number of barracks. He has a good number of pikemen on the blue queue as well. But these villagers are going to get themselves trapped. He needs these pikemen over here as soon as possible. We do see armor upgrades on camel riders as well as one attack. And all those villagers will go down, but he still is very, very ahead on the villager count. Over here, to have the converted camel and knight are advancing forward as Magenta's camel is pursuing the camel. But looks like the camel is actually trying to hit that knight, so it's unable to actually find an angle. Blue does lose a monk there. Currently, blue has 2 relics, loses 2 more monks. Now here looks like pink's camel does go down as that monk and camel are trying to make it another opening. Wait a second, that's blue's castle, not pink's. So pink's eyeing for, or blue's eyeing for aggressive castle there in the range of the town center and of this gold. The gold is mostly gone. We've got a good number of pikemen here as well. Will spot these villagers. He's on top of the scaffolding. It does not. It may get started relatively soon. Building obstructed. Now he's starting building the castle. Now pink's like, holy crap! There's a castle going on up. How pikemen are advancing forward, trying to get some good damage there. He's split off a couple of pikemen over here. He is trying to engage with the town center. These villagers started being slowly picked on off. The castle's only almost 50% complete. Pikeman does find a good angle there on the camels. Forced an engagement there thanks to this castle. Now we've got some pink crossbowmen here. Blue's castle will go up. Blue's pikemen are getting good kills there on these camels. And the castle will go on up. May not have murder holes, which may cause some issues, but he does have a good number of pikemen for defense as well. You could take hand and start stabbing that town center down. You can also take time and throw these pikemen into the castle to get healed up. Who's going for a defensive castle here? Remember, the Franks do also have cheaper castles, so he's able to produce out a lot of castles. He actually has enough stone for another castle as well. We've got another wave of pikemen being put out, as well as Imperial Age. Pink has not gone for Imperial Age just yet. He's going to need trebuchets and bombards. Can he get bombards? He can get bombards. Looks like pink is low on wood. He's trying to claim a lot of stone for defense. Blue has a good number of good amount of stone deployed on that, and I think he's queuing up. Yep, he's going for some outposts for spotting. Looks like this pikeman will find this farm unattended, so he's going to start stabbing it. And it looks like these villagers, it will spot that outpost there, and this stone somehow being collected there. I'm not so sure why. They have a small defensive force here of camels and crossbowmen. And his town center will go down to the castle. Blue's going for another aggressive castle here. It's on the low ground, not on the high ground. And now Pink's going forward with his crossbowmen. He needs to start hitting these villagers in order to stop them. These camels are not going to be very effective as pikemen, but those crossbowmen will. And maybe a good idea for Blue just to cancel that castle at this moment, get a bit of a cash refund. Pink has gone for his own defensive castle there, does not have Imperial Rage, nor has it started. He's far from the resources from it. He may be saving up for it now. Switch over to Blue. We do see, looks like a Cavalier upgrade, wheelbarrow, and as well as Trebuchet. And that castle does get canceled now. We got a number of monks here as well, maybe trying to go for some converts on those camels. We do now have a trebuchet being deployed on out. And start hitting the market there, which could be useful. So these monks are advancing forward over here. He may have this relic spotted. He does have that relic spotted, so he's going for a 4th relic. I'm not sure where the last relic is. It's way over here, which blue does not know about it, but he could have good intuition where it could be at. Going for a pair of converts. And he does get that camel convert at the last moment, and blue's monks will be killed off. We do now have a big wave of cavaliers advancing forward. He does take out that town center there, so magenta or pink's from the base is starting to be cleaned on up and broken forward. And blue has a good number of tributaries as well. It looks like I have a good feeling pink's not going to win this game. Let's switch over to him. We do see ballistics and Imperial Age being researched, as well as the camels. Ready for crossbowman. He could throw the crossbowman inside the castle, so will increase its arrow count. He may not have murder holes, however. He does not have murder holes. Previously start hitting the castle now. The cavaliers are overrunning has overrun the crossbowman, and now the villagers getting picked off. He does not have a lot of villagers remaining. Blue has over 100, nearly 160, and Pink has surrendered. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And while I do need to use the restroom, so I need to take a quick moment. One moment. Thank you, and sorry about that. Sometimes when you have to go, you gotta go. Guess I actually double click on that one. Oh well. Wait, why is there no menu? There's the menu. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the bottom right side as the red Byzantines, we have Nurov. On the left side as the blue Bulgarians, we have Aldi. We have some turkeys being collected on out, and they're also scouting out quite in their own little directions here. By the way, let's go ahead and take a look at each player's civilization bonuses. The Byzantines, their defensive civilization, they're also known for pretty good trash. We've got buildings that have increased health from 10, 20, 30, then 40% depending which age. Camel riders, skirmishers, pikemen, and halberdiers cost 25% less, which is actually very, very large. Fire ships would attack 25% faster, not going to be useful on this map. And advancing to Imperial Age costs 33% less, which is nice to have, but nothing critical. And Town Watch and Town Patrol is free, which is very good. Nothing people actually really go for, but it's very handy to have. It helps you be caught off less often. Youth unit is a cataphract, which it's a relatively very good cavalry unit. Unique text, Greek fire, +1 range of fire ships, not very useful, nor even useful in this map whatsoever. Illustrica, cataphracts cause trample damage. And monks have 100% increased heal speed, which gives a whole another method of actual healing. And it really does change the game quite a bit with that more healing. It makes it so you could have actual medics, and you don't have to spend a whole lot of monks to get medics, basically. You have a militia rush here. Red does not have his man-at-arms upgrade just yet. It's on the build queue. It'll be popped. He's stalling for a moment, and there it is. Now there's an evil fight there, but I think, yep, we got the first hit engagement. Blue will win out. Now the scout's coming forward. It does go and take out that man-at-arms, and red needs to get that scout hitting out as well. And blue will be defeated right there. Very good. Over for... I cannot think today. Over for the blues bonuses, benefits, Bulgarians. Infantry and cavalry civilization. Militia line upgrades for free, which is very, very nice. Town center costs 50% less stone. Blacksmith siege technology costs 50% less food and can build crayposts. Unique units of conic. Unique text is a stirrups. Cavalry attack 33% faster. And baggins. Militia line gets additional 5 armor. So you can get some pretty good. The craypost is great for defense. Militia line is very, very cheap and effective compared to other civilization, while the cavalries get just general bonuses as well. As Bulgarians are a really powerful civilization in my opinion. Look, that scout and man-at-arms are pushing way forward. He's going to focus on the man-at-arms first. Does take it out. The villager may go down. Does go down there to the scout. Very, very nice. A little pick here is quite nice, especially when you already spent your money on building those 3 militia for defensive reasons. Getting one little kill like that is very nice to have. So got archer range and wall of housing being pulled out. Do got a number of archers pulled out as well. Do remember that Blue's archer, the Bulgarian archers, cannot be upgraded crossbow like the Spanish. Blue's also going for a defensive watchtower right now. And now his hold is very much secure away from those archers. He does have to be careful because those archers are very mobile. You know, go ahead and engage over here. There may be opening there. There is no longer opening right there. Sorry if I feel like I'm out of it. I don't know why I can't speak right now. Villagers trying to build up those palisade walls will not be able to get any of them up in time. Scout receiving a little bit of fire from the skirmishers. We've got a handful of skirmishers here as well. It does get inside the town center maybe a little bit too early. Alright, go for more walls right there. And the spearmen are going to see some fire there from that scout. Scout goes down to the town center. And now these archers are going to try to avoid the skirmisher firewall, getting some arrows into them. Doing a good job avoiding the skirmisher spears. Let's get one of the skirmishers as well. So overall, very, very good engagement there by red. That armor was just got researched that gives him +1 pierce armor, but he has not. Oh, he has gone for the bracer upgrade, not bracer, fletching upgrade. So they're now down to 1 damage per arrow. Skirmishers getting to point blank range. In fact, the archers wouldn't maintain the point blank range. The skirmishers cannot throw their spears. They do have a minimum range, of course. Red archers maybe just trying to back away this one time. He did get some good damage in. And red archers are going to pass skirmish around. He's going to just stay right there for a moment. He could potentially go around to the far side. You have perhaps throw some arrows onto these guys over here. Skirmishers are advancing forward, or nope, they're just sort of standing there menacingly. I cannot speak today. And these archers are making their way back over here. This area has not been fully walled off. Does get a quick house right there, and does get it not fully technically walled off, but good enough to keep the archers out of his territory. And blue skirmishers, it looks like a bit of a troll move there. Does find the archers, does throw some arrows there, takes out one of the archers. Get a bit high damage, high ground damage right there as well, picking off another one. Good damage. Advancing forward, power to get some more arrows. Does get an arrow or spears there, so does take it out. One archer remains there, but do got a large force of archers here as well. Another 9. Let's take a look and see. We do got Castle Age. We're going to see Crossbowman and Fletching upgrade relatively soon. He can get all the way up to Arbalists. There's Bodkin Arrow. There's Crossbowman. There goes the Jaguar. Does have potential high ground attack right here as well, which could be very useful in engaging these skirmishers, getting the extra bonus damage. He's out skirmisher there. Does lose one the archer. Blue just got his Castle Age up and going. Blue's like to go for elite skirmisher upgrade, and there's Crossbowman. 8 crossbowmen are here. Not being aggressive, however. Maybe aggressively defensive, maybe? Thought I heard a wall of them going down as well. And he's going to just bring his archers back in line, so looks like red maybe eyeing to play a bit more defensively, a bit more economically. If both players are just equaling up, do have a good force of knights being put out by blue. Blue's course has gotten the Castle Age as well. Those knights are patrolling right there, I think. That's how horses are made, kids. And both sides are going hyper defensive right now. Got another town center being played out by blue. Let's go fast forward even faster now. And now we do got the knights advancing forward as well. They do find Jaguar. We do have a camel here. You can get camels and heavy camels. Got another line of housing to reinforce his wall. And looks like Blue's Knights are may get a bit nommed on. Some ankle biters. And this usually means something saying for children, but either way. Blue's going to try to advance forward, trying to find an opening here. There's some palisade walls that are only layer thick. This house has not started building as well. He's going to go through that house as well. There is now a breach here. What does red have for defense? Got some crossbowmen here, but there's a large number of knights here. He has not deployed out a large enough defense. Go for some camels now, which will have been trouble. He may get some spearmen in the mix as well. I hear a monk perverting one of them. And he may not have gotten it, I'm not sure. Monk actually did get a conversion off of there. I see him, he was on recharge. But it looks like blues and knights are going to be overrunning red's villagers. He did not build a large enough defense for these knights, did he? We have another stable being built out. And he's going to try to defend himself with his own town centers. We've got these camels not engaging on in. They're going to get some free slices in. Trying to stop this gold now. He's about to get out another stable here, which is not going to be all important at this moment. Knights are here, seeing quite a bit of fire there. All those wounded knights are down. Still got a good number of camels. It's about even number for both players. And more red camels come in to engage these knights. So far, the villager count is 72, so it looks like red managed to prevent maximum losses. We do have also crossbowmen here as well. It does pin in these knights inside his own walls and will take them out. He does lose all those knights, which is actually very important. Over here, blue's gone for more town centers, of course. Starting to pull ever so slightly ahead in villager count. And now we do have a defensive castle up here. Not a crate post, a castle. Probably wants to get a stirrups attack. Also seeing all these camels, he could transition to a longswordsman. Longswordsman is a possibility. Sure, they'll have trouble versus catching up versus camels, but he doesn't have to spend anything special on camel or on longswords, and he's also getting some the same melee damage upgrades. So I want to get some melee armor upgrades to go along with it. Camels only have 6 attacks as well, so melee armor will give him a lot of armor. Red has the castle laid down there, but oh wait, that's red's castle, not blue's castle. Okay, I was very, very mistaken. And blue has not deployed out enough knights here. You could potentially quickly take out the castles. Only have 53 health. But no, he does not quickly take out the castle there. These knights do not have enough defense here. He knew his opponent was going for mass camels. He should have pulled out. There's the pikemen. Pikemen are being pulled on out. He does. Let's switch over to the Bulgarians. Bulgarians, of course, can get pikemen as well as halberdiers. Well, these halberdiers are starting to be streamed on in one at a time, which is not good. Red's Castle will go on up. We also have some crossbows for Red's Castle. Red throw them inside the castle, get some extra arrows, and now Red's camel is going to be breaking through these barracks now. They do have some pikemen sword on up, but he's trying to get a larger number to ambush in. And Red's camel is going to go ahead and start slicing up these stables. Need some reinforcing archer range as well. We do also have a siege workshop going up for Red that could be meant for some battering rams to help batter down his opponent. He's not going for Imperial Age just yet. It's not meant for bombards. Can you get bombards? Yes, you can. It's going for more pikemen and for reinforcements. A good number of pikemen inside these barracks right now. But that castle will annihilate any pikeman that advances. You have a something being built right there, just a mining camp for that stone. The stable will go down. Let's see, he's re-queued up his attack move, so they all slice at the same time. Get it very nice and organized. And now this barracks is under siege, and once it gets low enough, it'll automatically pop out his units. Now, there we go. Now he pops out for a massive ambush, trying to get over on these camels. He's doing a good job of getting some hits there. But now there's crossbowmen and of course the castle as well. It does fall back with his pikemen. He needs to get out some batter rams. Which then, once he cleans the camels as well, he can throw his pikemen inside the batter rams to make them even faster. Imperial Rage going in for Blue right now. Does this get his own castle out? He can fast get out some conics. I'm sort of also impartial to go and try to get some militia line stuff. Get some long swordsmen. You'll soon have access to him swordsmen. Blue stuff is slowly whittled away. We do have a monastery over here as well. He's only going for Imperial Age. His amazing on technology does get wheelbarrow being researched, or hand cart, I should say. There's a good number of pikemen as well. Crossbowmen are starting to engage the mill. Nothing inside that archer range. Here comes the pikeman, trying to disrupt him. Does those camels inside of the castle, which does give him a bit of health regen. Now we do have the battering ram now engaging the barracks, and he can't really engage that castle there while he doesn't have murder holes. These crossbow in the region will quickly annihilate those halberdiers or pikemen. Spear Mage is almost complete. He's going for siege engineers as well as some mangonels. And one barracks does go down. He's trying to get the mangonel to engage past the battering ram. Does get his Imperial Age up. His opponent has Imperial Age as well. Trying to go for the hits there on these Arbalists. Arbalists have just been upgraded. The mangonels do have, what, 8 range at the moment? No, only 7 range there, and it's getting quickly picked apart by these Arbalists. He may need to get out Onager upgrades. He does get the Onager upgrade on the build queue. Does get a decent hit there onto those Arbalists there, but they need upgraded to do some more damage there. Camels are being picked on off. He does have, of course, the defensive castle, but now receiving some fire from the trebuchet. The Bulgarians cannot get out bombard cannons to engage those trebuchets. More trebuchet shots onto Blue's castle. He's trying to repair it up. He's trying to get his own trebuchets out as well. Did Siege Engineers get cancelled? He did, no, that wasn't Siege Engineers, that was Masonry, wasn't it? Because that's definitely not the right symbol there. That may have been Masonry I saw on the build queue. Do have now Red's Castle under siege. It is on the high ground, so we'll see sustain a lot less damage. We do have now some regular onagers on the field, not mangonels. They do have 7 pierce armor, and the arbalist should have what, 9 damage? 10 damage. Trying to overrun these onagers now. Does get some good hits on the onagers. Let's take one of them out, but the other one's still up and going. Do have 3 trebuchets for blue. One that they have a bit of pathing issues. Red's Castle is receiving some private fire there. When it takes out the castle, should be able to advance farther forward. This castle's receiving constant repairs. Blue has less villagers in his opponent as well. Arbalists or trebuchets getting some good damage there onto the castle. He's trying to push forward a piece of Arbalists now. He will brave the castle fire. He needs to get that battery ram engaged. He does have his armor here to help engage it. The town center will likely go down, building villagers the last breath. And does take out the battery ram there before it gets any smashes onto those trebuchets. Blue's castle does go down, but Red's castle will likely go down as well. We have another defensive blue castle here. Maybe a good idea to go for some crane posts, honestly. Trying to grab the Red's castle now. And Red's castle does in fact go down. Now the halberdiers or pikemen can advance forward. Does have the support of these forces. Do got some cataphracts being pulled out as well. And that siege onager does fire some misses. Pikeman needs to advance forward and engage, and looks like blue goes ahead and surrendered. This is Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I cannot speak today, can I? I just couldn't speak. I was getting tongue twisted more so than I should. Wait, I was trying to delete that replay, not reload it. Not a good day. Let's go on to this one here, and then we'll go for the 2 2v2s, and that should be enough what I will do for the rest of the night. Greetings everyone, and Great here from another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. It's on the south-ish side as the Red Bengalis with Boy Wonder. Why do I hear so many cows right there? Spawning on the right side as the Cyan Berbers, we have Nektari. These are, of course, water buffalo. Water buffalo do offer more food than sheep. 150 as opposed to 100, and we've got a large number of water buffalo plain. Let's get some nice huntable swell, keeping this water buffalo nice and healthy. Munching on that tree shrub. But let's go ahead and cover both players' civilization bonuses. Bengalis, they of course a elephant and naval civilization. Not any naval on this map, but either way, we do got the elephants receive 25% less bonus damage. They're more resistant to conversion as well. Very nice to have. Towns to spawn 2 villagers when advancing the next age, which is very nice. Ships regenerate 15 health per minute. That's 4 plus on this map, and monks have +3/+3 armor. Unique units are Rata, which is a chariot that can be both melee and archer, depending which mode. Unique text, Pox. Ratas and elephants gain 20% attack 20% faster. I cannot speak still. And Mahayan villagers take 10% less population space. Looks like we got a bit of a militia rush here. I'm going to slow down for a moment. Looks like only 2 militia, not 3, which is usually standard. Switch over to science to take a look at their bonuses. Most of the scout does go down. Militia being focused down by Cyan scouts. He's gotten out some extra scouts now. And it looks like Cyan's going straight for multiple scouts. And now he's going to be applying some counter aggression. Wow, these town centers are very close to each other, aren't they? Berbers, they're a cavalry and naval civilization. Just cover that. Villagers move 10% faster. Stable units cost 15% less in castle age, 20% less in pure age. Ships move 10% faster, which is not useful here. Unique units, camel archers, a unique cavalry archers, and a genitor, which is a mounted skirmisher, which is a skirmisher that's mounted. Unique test, Kabosh. Team scouts will work 25% faster. No teammates, just his own in that case. And Magrabai camels. Camel units regenerate. And genitors are available in archery and starting castle age. Scouts iron to apply some pressure on its opponent. Not really finding good angles there. It does have a pretty good wall off in this region. Nice little opening here. Gold and foray being protected as well.
عليت الحتمين.
We got these 2 or 4 archers, 2 spearmen. Scouts are advancing forward. We'll potentially find an angle there, but to force with these spearmen in this region should be able to force these guys back, no problem. It looks like it is expanding out this direction as well. We do have a relic here. Actually, there's a good number of relics here, here, and here. That's all 5 locations of relics. One in the middle between the 2. All of them around the edge. Science scouts are having a bit of fire there. So has one of the skirmishers. We got a good number of archers here for defense. They're going to try to make their way forward, try to stab these forces. Armors are making their advance. Of course, got the flushing upgrade there onto science skirmishers. It's very useful. Red's archers are seeing quite a bit of fire. They do have fletching as well. These scouts are being picked off one at a time, and they're desperately needed in order to defend themselves from these science scouts. Red is getting overran, backed himself to a corner, so he's going to receive a lot of fire. The skirmishers should just stand and fight at this moment in time. All of Red's archers have gone down, just leaving fight, defend himself with a single skirmisher, trying to go for a guard tower here, a watchtower. But he's having a bit of trouble getting it built. Scouts getting some good damage on these villagers. A couple villagers do go down, so do some of the scouts now. There's like 1 scout. 2 scouts remain. One does go down to the watchtower. And just going to just size it back on off. We've seen this watchtower there. There's an opening there for him to advance into his opponent's base. Is there an opening there? Nope, doesn't look like there's an opening there. Oh, there is an opening there. So Red failed to block off that area. Now he's in his opponent's base. He could actually block off the exit in order to pin him in there. Looks like Science also chopping wood towards his opponent's base as well. Really just going to try to establish a breach there towards his opponent's town center. Science backed himself to a corner, which can be very good or very bad. At this point in time, Red could try walling him in there. These forces are not exactly the most durable force or high damage dealing force there, so getting some build time on these houses will stall him in there for quite some time. So the villager's going to be backing on off away from these skirmishers and going for another back line house. Over here, do got a bit of a counterattack of 6 archers. They will find an angle there, going for a defensive watchtower now. And he does go ahead and get into the minimum range of that watchtower there. So now that watchtower doesn't have any sort of defensive capability other than limiting movement. Some of these scouts are going down as well. All the scouts go down. I think all the skirmishers may have went down as well. Nope, there's the skirmishers. We're gonna deal with these archers now. The archers have backed off away from the center of the tower there, perhaps getting overwhelmed by the villagers trying to stab them. Now I do have a stable now receiving some slices from this scout. House seeing a bit of fire there. We do got the skirmishers advancing forward, trying to get some hits there on that scout. He was unsuccessful. 4 reinforcing archers, maybe spotted by the scout. If we turn on Fog of War, you would not spot those archers that are advancing forward. You got these 2 archers here as well. Skirmishers do have very good sight range, and maybe we'll spot this force that's coming up forward. He's actually just barely seeing out of vision range, and he should be able to see it relatively soon. Oh nope, they're just standing right there now. And more of red archers are advancing forward. Red's Science Scout is engaging this single villager trying to collect some stone. There's actually 2 villagers there. And Red's getting more and more archers right there. Time's now advanced to Castle Age. Let's see what Red is doing. You have Castle Age on the Red's build queue as well. They did lose one of those villagers there.
Hi.
And does get some good hits there on that scout.
Hoy.
Red scouts are still making an advance. We've got the Castle Age for Red. And Blue, maybe he's eyeing for some knights, maybe eyeing for some elite skirmishers as well. Don't see those in the build queue just yet. He should be able to get it out, right? Yep, he does. Can. Archers do get spotted right there. Does Red have Botkin arrow and crossbow on the build queue? So getting these archers going down right now is actually very, very important for Cyan. And does take them all out before even Botkin arrow and crossbow get finished. In fact, he actually canceled those upgrades, but since he's lost all those forces. Now he's going for a big wave of monks. Of course, he does have +3/+3 monks for when it comes to armor. Monk getting some good healing off. We're going to have a big wave of knights advancing forward. Skirmishers are coming forward to support as well. Got Sanctity being researched as well. So it looks like he's going for a lot of monk technologies. He's just want to try to go for mass conversions. But these monasteries, they need room to breathe. Not sure how many monks he has at the moment. 1 less spearman at least. We do have a couple pair of monks being employed on, has been employed now. More monks on the build queue as well. Fervor is on the build queue as well. Right now these knights have 11 attack. These monks do have only 3 armor and 45 health, so they can go down quite quickly. The monk is going down to around the southern flank. He may be trying to quickly grab this relic. The relic could be protected. Not sure where the monk is actually going. But both sides are kind of macroing up. We do got spearmen. Knights are now advancing forward. Did give his opponent some time to get reinforcements. Does have some light cavalry here. Does get him killed before getting conversions off. We do have 1 knight being converted, 2 knights getting converted. 3rd knight may be converted. Yeah, we've got 4 knights converted now. That's a good number of monks all converted, or knights converted. But he does lose all except for 1 of the monks right now. This monk is trying to get some healing off. We got these pikemen advancing forward. There's good hits there on the light cavalry. Spearmen or skirmishers being chased down now. This monk is still alive at the moment, but it's currently 1 hit away from death. No comparison with Santa hit. It has 3 armor. Does manage to receive some town center fire now. Does lose that monk now, or knight. And we do have more and more monks being employed out by Red. these knights are going to go ahead and back on off. Over here we do have, looks like another town center being pulled out by Cyan. As well as more and more knights in light cavalry. The light cavalry would probably be a better option than knights at this moment in time. They do have a bit of conversion resistance, and he knows his opponent's going for a lot of monks. You don't need a whole lot to kill monks, and you may want to go for something less so you can lose from monks as well. Those knights went all the way around the map in order to get back home. Now we do have a forward castle being pulled up by Cyan, a forward defensive castle. Now decided going for a castle in this region. They're pretty close to spotting each other. They do spot each other at least. Up here we do go, looks like a scout going on down. Yep, it's going to be a matter of time before somebody deploys out towers or a castle in this region. Both sides just macroing up. We got 100 villagers to 114 villagers. So we just got a big wave of villagers there to take this civilization bonus. And Red has now deployed out a castle. We do now have, looks like Bracer being researched by Cyan. A Red over here. We do have, looks like a bunch of Ratas being deployed on out. Scout finding some hits there and receiving a lot of arrows. And now we do have a big wave of scouts, light cavalry advancing forward. Does spot this various infrastructure here. Nothing critical in this area, just out of the way. And it looks like he's going to be hitting these villagers now. Does receive a stab there from the pikemen. And we'll see some arrow fire from the town center as well. Oops, I clicked off my screen. We do now have defensive castle being pulled out over here. And it looks like Cyan's trebuchet is going to be cleaning up his opponent's castle now. I heard the town center bell there for some odd reason. Over here looks like the Ratas are going to being picked off by the castle right there. They only have 2 pierce armor. More rocks are now hitting the castle. We do have more Ratas being deployed out as well. And now we do also have a handful of camel archers. Looks like Cyan's light cavalry does go down right there. We do have a bit more fire. Cyan's now up to 140 villagers, so he's probably at a good number of villagers. Cyan's advancing forward with some more knights. Do we see any unique technologies for them? Nope, just some armor. He's not going anything beyond knights, looks like. No cavaliers. Camel archers are now engaging away, getting some good hits there on the Ratas. Knights are trying to be converted out as well. And we also got some Genitours in the mix as well. The villagers start making their advance. That is on a bit of high ground there, so the castle will be very, very well defended right there. Red trebuchets advancing forward, trying to hit Cyan's castle. The both players do have all their archer upgrades. We got the Genitours advancing forward, getting some good hits there onto those pikemen. Castle has received a bit of fire there. Cyan's castle is also receiving some fire as well. Cyan's trebuchets sitting on up, multiple trebuchets there. Got some conversions off. As the converted Genitor does go down to the camel archers. We now have the castle here deployed out by Red, trying to repair it up in combat. Knights receiving some hits there. Castle getting some good hits there onto the various camel archers. Now Ratas going to go engage in melee over here. We're going to be advancing forward. Got some Hussars now advancing forward. And let's see, Red is out of stone to repair up his castle. Cyan's castle is seeing quite a bit of fire there. We've got the Red's castle now seeing quite a bit of fire as well. The Cyan's Knights do go down. We've got the Hussars now trying to pursue the Ratas. Red's castle does go down. And looks like Red's Science Castle will get repaired fully on up. Broadhouse are advancing forward, trying to get some good hits there on these forces. Got some pike in the mix, so they're getting ripped apart by those camel archers. And Red's going inside and back out of the game now. This and Great saying thank you for watching. On to the next replay. I mentioned beforehand I'll cover the 2v2s now, so let's go ahead and cover those 2v2s. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the bottom right side as the yellow Spanish, we have Good Luck. Spawn as his teammate as the red Japanese, we have Emil. Spawn on the bottom left side as the blue Byzantines, we have Faustan, Fan. And spawning as the green Ethiopians, we have Mog Hwa. This map is a little bit unusual. There's a lot of traversable seas for ground units, as well as sheep out there. How did the sheep get out there? Who lost their sheep out at sea? And no, it's not the wool keeping them afloat. By the way, let's go and cover each player's civilization bonuses. Spanish, gunpowder and monk civilization. Builders work 30% faster. Blacksmiths don't cost gold. Cannon galleons benefit from ballistics. Gunpowder units fire 18% faster. Unique units, the Conquistador, the as well as the Missionary. Unique text is the Inquisition, and Supremacy is Inquisition makes monks convert faster, and Supremacy increases villager combat. Trade units, fine, I could say the team bonus would be useful. Trade units per generate 25% extra gold. That's very nice. Let's see if the Japanese players' team bonus can support them out. Japanese infantry civilization. Fishing ships, very useful here. Has times 2 hit points, plus 2 pierce armor, and works faster per age, 5, 10, 15, 20%. Mill and lumbercats cost 50% less. Infantry attacks 33% faster, storing feudal age. Unique units of samurai, which is an anti-unique unit. And unique takes is Yasuma towers shoot extra arrows. Kapataro trebuchets fire fast and pack faster. Team bonus, galleys get plus 50 line of sight. Interesting. Or green, who that's red pinging right there for relic, maybe. Green, we have Ethiopia, archer civilization. Archers fire 80% faster, receive extra gold and food advancing next to age. Pikemen, not halberdier, upgrade is free. Unique unit, Shotel warrior. I forget what that one does. Unique text, Royal Air, Shotel's warriors train nearly instantaneously. Portion engines, blast radius increase for workshop units. Powers and outposts get plus 3 line of sight. Not bad. For blue, we got the Byzantines. Defensive civilization gets increased health for buildings per age. Cavalry skirmishers, pikemen costs 25% less. Our ships attack 25% faster, which actually could be useful here. And if your age costs 33% less. Making us the Cataphract, Greek fire, plus 1 range for fire ships, probably still not useful. And Logistica, Cataphracts cause trample damage. Monks heal faster for their team. So now with all those covered, let's go ahead and fast forward. I just realized something as well. There's actually a big line of forest here, so you have to traverse the seas in order to get to your opponents. Dogi, exotic Dogi does go down. And do have the scouting around. Japanese players, of course, going to make use of the fish. This fish, there's actually not a whole lot of fish on this map, and they're pretty spread out. So you don't need to go for a whole lot of fishing ships there to make a big advantage. You won't really get a whole lot of fish from the sea unless you go for some fishing traps. Of course, the traversable walking terrain, you can't build docks there. You can't build, I don't think you can build fishing traps in traversable walking terrain either. Ooh, good hits there. Tez managed to find a villager there. Very nice. And do have more of these scouts advancing forward. We got these scouts being stabbed by the villagers as well. Over here, we've got more scout and villager up here. Blue has a villager up there? Why does blue have a villager up here? All players have advanced to fuel age now. And yellow's advancing forward with more and more scouts. Let's see. Spanish, no additional benefits for those scouts. His teammate Scout was also in the mix as well, getting some good kills there with the two of them. And let's get a number of those villagers down. Just got some various villagers over there, and Blue's losing a lot of villagers to these scouts. Right now, Blue is down to 17 villagers, while their opponents have, and teammate has 25, 26, and 27. So he's down basically 10 villagers at this point in time. That is massive. In fact, he has these idle, or a village up there. It's going for a proxy stable. They don't even have that area even explored, let alone in vision range. So got some scouts being put out by Blue. He's going for some counter aggression now. His teammate may need to send over some spearmen. Of course, if he goes for go over some spearmen, he won't be able to defend himself from these various scouts that they know that they're looming around. Ethiopians, of course, at Archer Civilization. And you have the watchtower now deployed on out. Does throw this guy's inside there. Does get some arrows onto these scouts. And that green scout was in hold ground stance, so he will go down. We do have a lot of red archers in this region. We've got even more green archers. Bill does have a number of scouts here to support his teammate. He can pass pick off these archers one at a time as well. Does get an archer there as well. Doesn't kill off this archer. There we go. Red does finish it off. And that's a red pinging right there. It's showing off all these archers. At this point in time, does pick off another spearman there, but Yellow could just keep his scouts alive. Seemed a bit too much fire there. He does finally get out of this garrison as well. That garrison actually was garrisoned for quite a bit of time. And we do have an infestation coming out by Blue right here. Even some housing. And now these scouts are pushing the way forward, trying to harass Red.
See?
Scouts gonna push the way forward. Does get some good hits there on these forces. The red scouts or villagers are getting tied up in melee. One of two of Blue scouts do go down, but looks like none of those villagers go down whatsoever. Let's see, Japan. It says infantry against increased attack fire, rate of stabbing. I wonder if that applies to villagers. If that does, that'd be great for him. It says infantry, does it? Are villagers classified as infantry? Fishing ships being pursued by a scout and receiving some stabs there. But he will make it out to sea. Green does ping, or that was a yellow ping there, showing off Green's archers there, but Red does have a good defensive archer force. Green now severely outnumbered. Multiple of Green archers do go down. Do have fletching and pierce armor. Only fletching for Red, no pierce armor. Red's archer does go down. Looks like he's going to try to send over his 3 archers to pursue the green archers, trying to keep a minimal force there. He wants to get his other force to engage these forces. Red scout here is quite wounded. Over here, Blue still has infestation, and Green has resigned. So Green, maybe a little bit too premature for resigning. Not sure why they resigned so quickly. There must be something I'm missing, but either way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Yeah, that's maybe a little bit too premature for resigning. Yep, this one I did. That was one I did. Let's go load up this replay here. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawning is a 2v2, so spawning here, here, and here as the red Mongols, we have Divine. Spawning as his yellow teammate, we have, as the Ethiopians, we have Izalvila, as, yes, that name. Spawn as the gray Burgundians is right here, and right here we do have Salado de Palmo, and did Gray just back out of the game?
See.
Oh, treaty has ended. That's what happened. It rearranged the order of the players when the treaty ended. Interesting. And spawning as the... I thought it was green. They must have green spotted. Wait, what's going on? Something just not right. Let's just slow down for a moment. Okay, it looks like the game may be bugging out a little bit. I have green selected, but yet it's listing as enemies. Okay, it looks like the game may be bugging out. I saw... Either way, as the green Bengalis, we have Super Jinzi. But yeah, right now, I have green selected, but it says red is an ally and likely yellow is an ally. So the game rearranging everything may have screwed some stuff up. If I have gray selected, it says actually having gray selected actually says I have green selected. So that rearranging did actually screw some things up. But either way, I do have green and gray as teammates, which there's their two centers right here, and yellow and red, which they are right there. So it's left versus right, green, and of course docks all across the map as well. So that's always fun, seeing stuff bug around like that. Let's cover each player's civilization bonuses. For the Bengalis, their elephant naval civilization. The elephants receive 25% less bonus damage. Village towns spawn extra villagers per age up. Ships regenerate health, and monks have armor. Ratas is a cavalry archer chariot hybrid unit. Fox increase the effectiveness of the Ratas and the elephants, and Mahans villagers take 10% population room. Team unit trade units yield 10% food additional to gold, which actually can be quite nice. Let's see, as yellow, they are Ethiopians, archer civilization. Archers fire 18% faster, receive extra gold and food when advancing each age. Pikemen upgrade for free. Shotel warrior is an infantry unit, more reserve unit. Royal heirs, Shotel warriors train nearly instantly. Portion engine increase blast radius, and town center towers and outposts gain +3 line of sight. For gray, the Burgundians, cavalry civilization. Economic upgrades are available one age earlier and cost 33% less food. Stable technology costs 50% less. Cavalier upgrade available in castle age, and gunpowder units get +25% attack. Corsair is a cavalier. I forget what that one does. And Flemish militia, which is like the all-in technology. Burgundian vineyards, villagers solely generate gold additional to food. Flemish Revolution turns all existing villagers into Flemish militia, and creates allow you to create militia at town centers. Relics generate both additional food and gold. And for the Mongols, cavalry archer civilization. Cavalry archers fire 25% faster. Light cavalry hussars, steppe lancers. They increase your hunters work 40% faster. Mechanized are cavalry archers effective versus siege units. Nomads houses don't lose population, and drill siege workshop units move faster. Scout team bonus scout. Light cavalry and hussars get +2 out of range, but since it's nomad, they don't get those immediately. Okay, now let's go and fast forward. Let's see, gray and green are teammates. So looks like gray, red may eye some aggression to gray's dock right there. We got some fishing ships, and green. We've got 3 docks next to each other. Red's dock's nice and by lonesome, but we got some fire galleys. Looks like eyeing to apply some aggression. Red and yellow are allies, so he's able to cover his teammates' fishing ships if they run away. We do now have some gray galleys deployed on the field. I see a lot of chatting right there, as well as all players getting up to feudal age now. We do have triple dockyard for red. Yellow's going for his own dockyard over here in order to get out his fishies collected. Get some red snappers. Looks like Red's going for long distance hunting. He's not actually herding these ibex back to his town center. So then again, he does not have access to a scout to herd them back, so that actually makes a bit more sense now. We do now have the fire galleys engaging the green fishing ships. Green does have a war galley out in the field, or not war galley, but it's regular galley. 2 galleys. And Green get some shots on in. Yep, he's getting engaged. His teammates drawing some fire. And although galleys are receiving some fire, Gray's fire galley getting some good damage in there. One of Green's galleys do go down, and now it's a bit of a. He does have the galleys to support this fire galley, but the fire galley will go down. Red's galley will likely go down as well. Red's galley does go down. Got more green galleys, and now have now a handful of red fire galleys right there. This fire galley is backing on off. Yellow's now has gone for Castle Age, so we do see a fast castle for Yellow. We may see some aggression on land. Remember, Green and Yellow are not friends. We have a town center here. And Green will be backing off his galleys right now. Red's now pulling out Builder, and he actually has queued up the Ibex as well. Yellow has pinged these forces, he says, and pinged the Relic as well. Red does have some scouting sheep. Yellow and Red are allies, so they're gathering up fishes next to each other. We do got a big wave of galleys pushing way forward for Green. Red does have a number of fire galleys, though it looks like they're all over here. So it looks like Green will slip on past those fire galleys, and he's actually going straight for the these fishing ships as well. He's not bringing back his fire galleys. These green galleys will get some good work done. We may see out a demolition ship by Yellow. And he's taking out these fishing ships one at a time. Looks like Gray and Red are engaging out, but looks like Red has a builder or repairer repairing up the fire galley. Well, he's a fire hose for that. Red's galleys are slowly being picked on off. I'm not sure there's going to be any demolition ship. And looks like Gray is now advanced to Castle Age as well. Wait. There's a sheep right there. So he managed to secure a sheep on an iceberg. And we could see another engagement there on these fishing ships. More red fishing ships will go down over here. Red's galley have been cleaned on up mostly. Nope, looks like they're in a forward retreat now. And there's a demolition ship that hits Red galleys. Not sure whose demolition ship that was. It looked like it hits Red's galley, but I didn't see anything that would look like something will hit Red's galley. Something that I would say will hit Green's galley. Looks like I think I have Red selected. He is going for Castle Age now. Does have some fire galleys here as well. Green's going to try to run away. They're going to try to kite around. Green, the Bengalis. It has health regen for his ships, right? So given enough time, his ships will generate some health. Red is slowly sieging down some of Gray's structures. Let's go into fast forward for the time being. Though it looks like we do have Yellow deploying out some various forces. I see some crossbowmen around here harassing Green's army. Yellow has also deployed out a forward siege workshop. We do have some Mangonels now engaging Gray's infrastructure. Gray does have to deploy out a defensive Mangonel. Yellow's advancing forward. We may see engagement right there. Does throw The yellow's Mangonel does go down there. It does get some damage on the Scorpion. Not sure what yellow's deploying out at the moment. We have some crossbowmen here and there. Yellow's also gotten out a mill right there. Green's village is next to everything. Could deploy out a tower and be annoying. These guys are just in a move order forward. We're seeing lots of fire from war galleys, and these war galleys just sort of move away. We've got some regular fire ships now upgraded, and now we've got some demolition giraffes as well. Demolition ships, they connect the fire ships here, getting some great AoE damage there, but looks like Green still took too much damage on in. Red should be able to win out the engagement, no problem. Green just may need to run away at this point in time, just getting outnumbered. Fire galleys or the war galleys are going down. And all the war galleys do go down. These war galleys are making their way forward. They'll have trouble versus the structures, of course. They're not exactly the most building killers they are. They have, right now, 9 damage, and these structures have 9 pierce armor, so they will only take 1 damage per bolt. Looks like green and yellow are now engaging each other right now. Do got a defensive castle deployed out by green, or going on up at least. Yellow has a forward town center here. Looks like yellow is just being very aggressive towards green's primary base. Villager count is mostly in favor towards yellow. Green does have some villagers as well. Assume this is in the right order as well. It's hard for me to tell. And it looks like yellow's still trying to clean up some infrastructure. Red does have a defensive castle. Mangonel gains some good hits there on these crossbows. Or scorpions. And the scorpion will go down to those crossbows. Now this infrastructure is still being built. Red is so far not really been aggressive other than at sea. Over here we've got more of these sheep being spotted there. Green is seeing quite a bit of aggression right now. Do still have a bit of defense, still trying to collect up that stone. Right now something scares inside of this castle. I have no idea which person to select to actually select the castle. This is ally. That's not going to be him, is it? Nope. So gray is for green. And right now he does have at least 1 Rata inside of the castle. We got some crossbowmen. Still just trying to gauge some very structures to getting some damage on in. Over here, do got some nice now trying to gauge gray. And we do have this Mangonel advancing forward, trying to get some damage on this various infrastructure. There's there on the nice. We do have the Cordelier, does have the Alpha strike ability. And the knight will go ahead and go on down to the castle. Down south, got the knights now slicing up the mill. And over here, gray does have a number of Cordeliers in his opponent's base as well. Red has only 45 villagers, so red has lost a number of villagers. And there may be one more going down now? Nope. Nice one, slices of the mill. Cordeliers tries to trying to charge up their special attack. So they are charged up. Great display out Mangonel right there. Ships engaging some housing over here. We do have crossbowmen engaging Green's town center. He's trying to build on up. Does interrupt it, but now we've got some Ratas advancing forward. And they're in archer mode. Does avoid the Mangonel fire. Switch to sword mode. Getting some good hits there. Crossbowmen getting good hits on the Ratas. Ratas do have only 2 pierce armor, so the crossbowmen will get some good work in. Green's going heavy with a forward castle right there. His gray teammate does have a Couturiers in this region, and he does not interrupt the castle. Currently, all players are in sort of castle age there. Gray is not gone, or whoever I've selected has not gone for Imperial age. I think this is actually green, and his resources are trying to deal with a Couturier with mass villager. The green player does have not a lot of food at the moment, so green will need out some more food. Gray's pushing forward with more Couturiers, trying to get some more attacks onto Yellow's villagers. He's getting some good hits on in. Going to have multiple towns that are being pulled out by Yellow, so it looks like Yellow just going for Mass Town Center. Over here, Rathaus engaging. Looks like Yellow crossbowmen. The Rathaus does, of course, overwhelm them. They found a good engagement angle. Yellow sounds like it's going to be gutted up north. Red does not have a whole lot of villagers right now. Green has only 35 villagers as well. So, and looks like see a bunch of ones being cast. I'm not sure what that means. Right now, Yellow has the most amount of villagers. He has gone from Mass Town Center. Red and Gray are relatively similar, and they're ones who are fighting each other. And Green has no villagers at the moment, but he has a pretty sizable aggressive force of Rathaus in his opponent's base. Release advancing forward, trying to get some more Alpha Strike. Slicing up the market there, does get picked off by the castle and town center. Rathaus advancing forward, trying to hit this infrastructure. Denying that gold right there. We have a forward castle being pulled out by Gray, but being intercepted by Magadai. The Scorpion, however, gets some good hits there onto those Magadai. The Magadai are not dodging those shots there, but the Magadais are siege weapons, and the Couturier does get a good special attack there to take out the Magadai. Magadais need to start refocusing down some of these Scorpions. Doesn't stop the castle from being built. Castles are currently not sure which player to select for that. It is at 43% complete. Couturier is advancing forward. We do have the castle engaging the scaffolding of the castle. Magadai trying to get some hits there on the Scorpions, getting some good damage there. Takes out one of the Scorpions. Good hits there onto that Scorpion, down to one shot before death. Trying to get some more construction there onto Gray's castle, but it's not going all too well. Scorpions do get some kills there. Takes out the low health Scorpion as well. Green, however, still advancing forward. Does get an armored elephant that is the battering ram for some of these elephant civilizations. Magadai is trying to find more hits there on the Scorpions. We do have them garrison the castle now. Both of them do not have any sort of hoardings or anything like that. Masonry. Green does find an angle there to engage Yellow's villagers at close range. Right now, Yellow does have 93 villagers. Green has 40. And right now, the towns are receiving quite a bit of fire from the armored elephant. The armored elephant does have -1 melee armor. Green has to put out another town center or castle here. Yellow has not been able to mount up a army to deal with Green's force. Gray has built this castle here. Red's castle is still pretty healthy. Red's town center is under siege. Couturier is still streaming around. Magadai are, of course, going to be very useful for these various siege units. And his Couturier is now receiving some fire from this war galley. I think he's going to take out that fishing ship as well. University now under fire from the battering ram. Needs to get these Magadais over here to deal with this battering ram before it does any more damage. Green's starting to gut through more and more of Yellow's base. He has not been able to deal with anything with these Ratas. Ratas are a very adaptable unit, but generally I would say Skirmish is one of the best units against them. Res knock on for him, Pure Age up here. Magadize does find the Battery Ram, can quickly take it out with the Magadize. And now we've got multiple armored elephants now engaging this castle. We'll slowly be able to deal with it, no problem. Yellow's now advanced to Pure Age as well. So both red and yellow has gone into their Pure Age. So team left side has that advantage. Gray's not gone for his own Pure Age. Green is still pretty far behind the villagers. We've got now the villagers trying to stab down these elephants. Do have, of course, -1 melee armor. Need to focus on the lower health elephant right there. Trying to repair up the castle wall in combat as well. And Dark has Showtime Wars. Green has actually backed out of the game now with solid advance stalling out there. That game was a big mess. I was a mess casting it. Either way, this is Andy saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. So honestly, right now, I'm completely out of it for casting. I've been doing a horrible job lately, so I'm probably just end the stream right now. So everyone, thank you for watching. Get some good rest and enjoy.